Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another chapter in the stories of resilience. And I am so excited to be having a conversation today with Seec First. So please introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about who you are and what you do.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Seec First. So I'm a Christian hip hop artist. I've been making music now for actually quite a while, but I've been taking it more seriously, I'd say, within the past 3 years.
Thank you so much for taking time out and speaking with us today. I want to know, in your words and in your, life, what has resilient meant to you?
Okay. I would say that resilience, what it's meant to me is just being able to push through any type of difficulty and not giving in to like doubt or negative thoughts or I guess backlash from others.
You were mentioning not giving in to doubt, not giving into the backlash. So when you're not giving into that, to me, that suggests that you are focusing on something else instead. So what are you focusing on?
Yeah, so I guess my main focus is just on me growing on my personal style and who I know myself to be as an artist. So that's the biggest thing. Finding confidence in who I am as an artist, and again, just my style of hip hop. And me focusing directly on that. And I do that just by honing in on maybe the way I do a cadence. But yeah, I guess I don't know. It's just always focusing on. Again, really, honestly, it's just me focusing on who I believe that I am as an artist, because I've found confidence in exactly who I am in my type of rap style, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that. And I want to tap into that a little bit deeper as we continue our conversation. First, I'd like you to share a key moment for you when you realized that you're actually resilient.
Okay, so I can remember actually it was during the recording of my song called Skin Tight. This was
I love that one.
this is a
My
little over a
favorite.
year ago. You're good. This was a little bit over a year ago, and I could just remember being in the studio after I had wrote the song and going in to record it, and I can just remember this like this actually was like more of an overwhelming feeling of confidence. I don't want to sound like I'm being like overconfident or whatever, but it was an overwhelming feeling of confidence because everything that I was saying when I was at the studio, and even when I was actually rapping, it was all coming like 100% from the heart.
Yes.
And that was really the key moment. I'm like, man, if I could keep up with, whenever I'm rapping, just to do it from the heart.
Yes.
I know that all of my music, or whatever I do decide to record, will turn out, I guess in a good way or whatever. But that's definitely the moment I realized when, like, okay, like this is me. Like, I know I could push through all the negative things people were saying, or
Right.
even my own, personal doubt, just for me thinking that I wasn't good enough as an artist, or again, my
Right.
style wasn't modern or up to date or whatnot. So.
Right. Because that moment kind of made it worth it, and it made it all like real, because you could feel it. Like, and one thing you said that I think is like so important and deep is like, even when you were talking about that overwhelming feeling of confidence, that like moment of just like everything kind of made sense, like everything was kind of in place. That's something that, because even as you were saying it, like you were just like, I don't want to sound like overly confident or too cocky or whatever, but like all of us have been so conditioned to be aversive to that confidence, to like, okay, don't toot your horn too much, or don't let yourself get too big-headed or anything like that. But because we avoid that, then we don't feel it. But like, what I love about what you were saying is that in that moment when you felt it, that's actually when you know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like,
Yeah.
this is me. That's when you felt that like pure alignment and everything was in place. And so after you felt that, you're like, okay, I need some more of that. Like, I need to continue into that. And then you knew, like, okay, you had a point of reference from that moment forward. And so I think that's so important. And I'm glad that you shared that, because we're kind of trained not to go in that direction, but that's exactly the direction we need to go into so that we could fulfill our callings.
Yes,
I
that's
love
very
that.
true. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
So you started touching on this a little bit earlier, but elaborate, going a little bit more depth. How is it that you've been strengthening this resilience over time? You mentioned a lot of the self-doubt, but you've been able to like overcome it. So what have been some things you've been doing to strengthen that?
So, well, again, just practicing. Practice does make perfect. So I'll practice again a certain cadence, or um, just a certain I guess flow, they call it, over
Mm-hmm.
the beat, and
Okay.
just constantly practicing that. But more importantly, I'm just being real. I'm not trying to sound all like religious or whatnot, but honestly, a lot of prayer, being around close friends who are there to not only encourage me, but they also so they do still critique, but it's
It's
nothing negative.
constructive. Right.
Exactly, it's only to help me to grow. So I guess those three things: the practice, the prayer, um, and just being around good people. Practice, prayer, and people. I guess the three
Yeah.
P's
Yeah.
have really helped me out a lot. So
I,
that definitely helped me to strengthen my resilience and kind of push through.
yeah. I love how you broke that down to 3 P's. And in that practice, like, you're developing the skill, right? And you're developing an arsenal of skills. And the more you have skill development, the more reason you have to feel confidence, because it's like, I can do this. And so as you're investing your time in developing those skills, you're also increasing your confidence. Prayer, I think that touches a lot on not only like faith and hope, but it
Mhm.
also touches in on our visualization skills. Because like when we pray to God, we allow God to reveal things to us, to let
Yeah,
us see things like outside of our present reality. And so
very
that like helps you bridge that gap, because you
true.
allow yourself to step out of the now and into the possibility of anything, because we could do anything if we have that faith to do that. So I love that piece as well. And then the support system.
Definitely.
Okay. Were there any things you did like for your like mentally speaking? So was it just more just, like action, and the action just started erasing those thoughts, or did you like actively replace that self-doubt with other thoughts?
I guess it was a kind of a mix between the two, but I mean, everything was like active. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
again, I guess that kind of goes back to practice, but yeah, literally, I mean, everything was active.
What I understood in your answer was that you didn't try to do like the mind work first or convince yourself that you could do this first. It was more of, even though you had a little bit of doubt, even though you weren't confident, you still were like, I'm still going to try anyways. I'm still going to work on this anyways. So
Oh
you
yeah,
felt the unwanted emotions, you had the unwanted thoughts, but you still acted on it. And
yeah,
then that is what transformed your thinking, as you built up more evidence to be like, oh yeah, I got this, I could do
yeah.
this.
It was actually a lot of that was motivation for me. And I know we hear that often, like people, man, it was motivation, but it's the truth. Uh, Again, I guess it was a mix of me trying. Initially, it was trying to prove others wrong, but I kind of put that aside. I'm like, okay, let me prove me right. And what I mean by that is just that, again, finding that self confidence, um, knowing my worth and stuff. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, Seek, like, get your mind together. You can do this. This is what you are called to do. So go ahead and push it, because you know what you're supposed to be doing, regardless of what others are telling you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so like you said before, that's definitely a mix of the two. Because even though part of you was having the negative thoughts, like there was a strong part of you that was like, this is what you're meant to do. This is your calling. You have a vision. It's your responsibility to make it a reality. And you were
Right.
like really operating from that too. So you had strong conviction on your side as well.
Yes, yes, I definitely did. 100%.
If others were to ask you like, okay, what's the point? Like, why is it important to develop resilience?
I think I mean, shoot, it's important so that you don't give up, and so that
Yeah.
really, I guess you can blossom into that person you want to be. But again, but not giving up is key, because I mean, we tend to give up so often in so many areas of our lives, on the regular. When if we were to just stay the course, you would blossom into that, I don't know, teacher, or that doctor, who, whatever else. But
Mm-hmm.
you would blossom. You just got to stay the course, as tough as it is. But when you know that you're called to do something, you gotta push through.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's not easy, but that's what makes it so beautiful when you accomplish, that goal or whatever, or
Absolutely.
that thing that you didn't give up on.
Right. Right. So this question is a little off script,
Hmm.
but how is it that you learned for yourself what course was worth sticking to? Because I know I have the pleasure of knowing you over a few years, and so I've known there have been different things that you have committed to. Like, how is it that you could tell the difference between, oh no, this is it?
I think that's something that was just because, okay, every person on this earth has something that I would say has just been God given, or something that He just planted, literally like a seed that He planted in each and every one of us. And I think that this is exactly, what it was, like the whole music thing or whatever else. Like, it was just a seed that was planted where, um, again, there's been times in the past where I'm like, maybe this isn't for me. Again, that goes back to doubt. But I'm like, man, maybe this isn't for me. But whenever I would think those thoughts, somehow music would just come back around, and I'm like, okay, I know I love it. I enjoy it almost more than anything. So I guess just knowing and having that internal seed planted was what, really. I mean, I just got to give glory to God. It's just something that He gave to me.
Right.
So,
Right.
and that definitely helped me to continue in it, because I can't avoid it. Like,
Right.
it's one of those things I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, because even when you were like, and you might have walked away, like you were just
Yeah.
you went right back. So it's I think one thing I'm hearing is that when you notice like something just keeps on presenting itself and it's not so much like forced, right? Like
Correct.
you're working really hard to make this happen, but it's not something that you're trying to force yourself into either. Like
Right.
it's something that is already within you, versus sometimes we are committed to certain goals and we're kind of
Mhm.
trying to force them to happen. That's
Right.
kind of one difference that you picked up on.
Definitely, definitely. This is nothing forced, because,
Okay.
like you said, it just kind of. I really feel like it just falls in my lap at times. It's just like, okay,
Right.
I'll meet a person, or I'll hear something on the radio that's just, it just keeps the cycle going.
Right. Right. And it's something that was kind of within you from as early as you can remember too. So it's just something that's growing. Like you said,
Right.
that seed being watered and planted and all of that good
Mhm.
stuff. Okay. So our last question as we begin to wrap up is, who would you hope that your story of resilience touches?
I would say all the artists out there, the musical artists out there who, again, because I I know that there's countless numbers of artists out there who feel the same exact way I do. Like, um, they go through the stages of doubt. They go through the stages of, again, just negative thoughts, thinking that they're not talented enough, or that this is something they shouldn't be doing. So for those folks out there, or those artists out there who are having the same exact feelings, because I already know that you are, or you have, you just gotta stay the course. And those are the people that I would hope that my story would touch.
All right. Thank you so much, Seek, for taking time out of your day and sharing your story with us. If people want to learn more about you, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can go on YouTube. You can go on Instagram. My tag is Seec First, spelled SEEC, and then the word first. And you can also check out my my BeatStars account. So I make beats as well. I produce all of my own tracks. But my BeatStars account is beatstars.com/Seec First. So yeah, those are I guess those are like the three main things I use. So.
Okay, thank you so much. And y'all, the beat y'all heard in the intro and outro was made by Seec First. So if you like what you see, make sure to go check out his account. Thank you again, and we'll see y'all next time.
All right, thanks. The MFC.